guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm looking a little rough. I did nothing today. I got up from a nap. I am quite behind. We are leaving tomorrow for Disney World. It's rather exciting. Did nothing with the face today. In case you're here for some glam advice, don't come here for that. But my husband just texted me. He said that Disney extended their hours again, which is great because they have had super short hours. This is the first time we are going back to Disney since, rephrase. This is the first time we're going to Disney since they brought park hopping back, which is great because we are annual pass holders and have park hopper tickets on our pass holders. So that's awesome. So we make park reservations for the first park we'll be visiting in the day. And then not the second, which does mean that because the parks are subject to capacity restrictions, there's a chance that we may not make it in for the second park of the day. Hopefully that won't be a problem. But I have been following the calendars for the last, 6 weeks pretty closely, and they have continually extended the park hours, and that's awesome. But it has also required some rearranging of plans. And then the weather has also kind of required some rearranging of plans because I wanted to take a day off and do a pool day because we're staying at the Riviera, which is expensive. And I don't want to do my pool day when the high temperature is 71 because right now when I'm filming this, the entire country is in a cold snap. And Texas has feet of snow and is I just saw this article about all these frozen turtles that were rescued from lakes in Texas and brought indoors, and they're wandering the halls of some building, which poor turtles. But I mean, it's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. These people in Texas, and they have no means to deal with it. And in Wisconsin, we're oh my God, it's 28 degrees, no big deal. But they have no means to deal with it in Texas. So it's kind of crazy for them. Point being, there are going to be a few days while we're there where it's significantly colder for Florida temperatures, still way warmer than here in Wisconsin, so can't complain. But those aren't the days that I want to be hey, let's hang by the pool today when it's upper 60s most of the day. It's a little cool for me. So I have had to do some creative rearranging of the schedule and trying to change around park reservations and dining reservations. Changing around park reservations has not been a problem. Thus far, I have not had, even a week out, I have not had any park that had the park reservations completely sold out. Dining was a bigger issue, which makes sense because they're still extremely socially distanced. Now, for fun fact, so I don't have to keep bringing this up. Hopefully, I'm not good at that, but I know I'm very redundant, but I have gotten both vaccines now at this point. COVID vaccines. I got Moderna, and because I work in the medical field and I've worked at a COVID clinic. I got my second vaccine on February 1st, so it should be in full effect. I should have the full 95% immunity. That doesn't mean that I'm going to behave any differently, though. I still have to wear a mask. I still have to social distance. And I'm still probably overly cautious because I can still spread it. My husband has had one vaccine, and it hasn't even been 2 weeks, so he doesn't have really any immunity yet. And our cat, she doesn't have any immunity to it either. So in terms of COVID and how we are going to behave in Disney, that is not going to change, even though I have gotten both vaccines and my husband got one. It takes, I think I read 2 weeks to start building antibodies to the first vaccine, to both Moderna and Pfizer. And I think he got Moderna as well, but it's only been one for him. So yeah, so that's where we're at. And I still have lots of packing to do. I have most of the clothes packed, some toiletries. I stopped to water the plants. It's 5:30 now. He should be home from work soon. I obviously didn't have to go into the lab today. I worked, I don't don't even remember. My days are all mixed up. But point of this, he just texted me about the park hours, and I wanted to show off my cactus. Let's see if I can lift it. Let's lift with our knees, not with our backs. Here we go. Isn't it so great? Oh, I have a piece of, I have this tiny little gravel here. It's on my hand. But isn't it so great? You have to water it like once a month. And in the summer, you water it 1/4 of a teaspoon. And in the winter, 1/8 of a teaspoon. But like the amount of space, like you can't just dump it in there. The rocks are just gonna go everywhere. And so I swiped a pipette from work, and that's what I use. I just save it. But anyway, that's what I've been doing. I'm prioritizing the plants right now. And then I'm gonna go feed the birds because I saw a woodpecker out there looking for food and we didn't have any and I felt like a jerk. And then probably run to the store to get some last minute things that we need before our trip. So I will check in with you as I am prepping to leave for Disney tomorrow. Yay, warmer weather, I can't wait. Talk to you guys later. So I haven't made a ton of progress with packing. Oh, that's funny, look at how my shoes are laying. I can show you what I did with the masks, but that's not true. I have made some progress. So I can show you here. I have my clothes, our clothes, not just mine. I have our clothes in some packing cubes. A lot of the Eagle Creek ones, I've talked about this before, I've gotten from the Container Store. These other ones I have gotten from Amazon. You can just Google like packing cubes on Amazon. You can Google it on Amazon. You can do a search for it on Amazon, packing cubes, and it will, you'll see options for that. And I have a bunch of laundry things. We are staying at a DVC property, so the laundry facilities are free. The washer, but you have to bring your own or you have to purchase laundry detergent. So I have stuff in here for that. I have a lot of shoes that I'm bringing, and sunscreen, and that orange thing, way far away, but that orange thing there is, I'm training for, turn this around now, I'm wearing a robe, I'm freezing, an OYO race. This is our second one, so I have to run 9 miles while I'm there, but that's a foam roller. But not the point of the video, but this is supposed to be the Disney Princess Half Marathon weekend. And first of all, we didn't get in. And then it was canceled and changed to a virtual weekend, or to a virtual race. And with the pandemic, a lot of races are being canceled or virtual. So that is when I found this company, which I think was starting prior to even the pandemic, if I'm not mistaken. But the concept is OYO, stands for On Your Own. They currently have 2 locations, one in Salt Lake City and one in Portland. And you run, I could do a whole video on this if anybody's interested, but they send you your race bib that has like a tracker chip, that's hard to say, on the back, and like a shirt and everything. And the course is always set up, and they have like monitoring thingies attached along the route, and you wear like headphones or earbuds, or I guess you can just like have your phone out like on, but you have an app that's playing, and it gives you turn-by-turn directions, and they have all different race lengths. So they have like a 5K, 10K, half marathon, and full marathon. We did it in Salt Lake City in the fall when our favorite local half marathon was canceled because of the pandemic. And it was fantastic. We flew Delta because Delta has been great we've only flown Delta throughout the pandemic because they've been blocking middle seats. They've been super fantastic about enforcing masking. We've watched them enforce masking. We have watched them give out cards that say final warning. Like, if you do not put on a mask, you will be banned from flying Delta for the rest of your life. I mean, it's been great. So I'm assuming it's the rest of your life, but it's like a ban from flying Delta. So I know this is a long tangent. So we did that, and the pandemic is dragging on and on and on. So now I am doing the other OYO course, which is in Portland next month. So I have to run 9 miles while I'm in Disney. So that's why I have that. That's the whole gist of it. They're hopefully going to be adding more courses. They said they would. I think they're probably delayed because of the pandemic. I don't know. Because obviously, like, they have to work with companies, and if you I can give you guys for anybody that's interested, I'll give you the website and you can see it. It's way cheaper because, like, they don't have anything set up. So you have to bring your own water and everything, but it's set up 24/7. We did it in, like, I don't want to say the middle of the night, but it was pretty late because I prefer to run at night because of weather and stuff. I want to say we ran at like 7 o'clock at night. It was great. It was absolutely great. The starting line was also the finish line, which is great for parking. And it's like in the corner of a parking lot, and they tell you where to park. And yeah, I did it with my husband. It was so awesome. We really, really enjoyed it. And it's way cheaper because they're not providing you with like all this aid and stuff, but they do have some special events. Like, they had a Harry Potter run where the volunteers were wearing masks and stuff, and then they have a special medal, like the run of requirement or something like that. They did send you a medal when they send you your race bib, which I'm like, oh, now I have the medal, but I didn't earn it yet, so there's something there. But I will give you guys the website so you can, it's runoyo.com in case you're interested. So that's what's happening there. And I have, let me turn this around. So here is my carry-on rolling suitcase. And then this will be stuff that I'm putting in my backpack. This is just like a giant koozie for our hard-sided suitcase here, so that it doesn't get too scratched up. I kind of leave the wheels hanging off because they're dirty. But that way it doesn't get too scratched up. And I will show you what I'm doing for masks. So we typically use reusable masks. I am bringing reusable masks. I'm bringing a lot of reusable masks. However, I do like to bring a supply of disposables. We have a couple of KN95 masks, and these are 3-layered. This is the front. 3-layer disposable as opposed to just the 2-layer disposable. This has a wire in the top. But I have had a couple of masks break where the strap loosens. So what I did before our last trip, because I don't want that to happen while I'm at the park, and we always bring like an extra with us just in case that happens, but I glued just the corners to hold it down. Last time I did super glue, but that takes longer to dry. So this time I just used hot glue, and I just put it in the corner, and then I have like a couple of extra little strings I have to break off here. But that's what I did here. And I mean, super glue dries super fast. So then I can pack them up. And then this will be my, the masks that I'm going to put in my suitcase. And these will be the ones that I'm going to bring in my carry-on and wear on the plane. And then I just have this, it's a little gizmo that helps pull the mask so that it's not as tight on your ears because it really hurts. So that's what's happening. Good morning, friends. Oh, is it blurry? There we go. Good morning, friend. It's still blurry. I'm not sure why. Why is it blurry? Oh. Well, you know what I look like. Well, it is morning. So last night I was in a panic. I finished my packing and I painted my nails and then my toenails. And then I froze my feet.
What did you do?
I painted my toenails and then I froze my feet because you can't obviously.
What do you mean you froze your feet?
Like, I didn't put socks on and I left them out of the covers. I was up for like an hour after I finished painting them and left them out from under the covers for like an hour, a good hour. And I didn't even put a top coat on yet. I don't know why it's blurry. I don't know. Oh, there with the light is better. And then I sleep with socks on. Then I finally gave up. I had to go to bed. And they still smudged.
I thought when you said you froze your feet,
I put them in the freezer.
yeah, or something extreme to try to dry that polish.
No.
This is a great video. You can't see anything.
Well, I can't do anything about it.
Okay, anyway.
So that's annoying. But the same thing happened last time. We went to, this happens to me all the time. This is why I never paint my nails. So last time he ended up going to Target, I think he went to, and he got these soy nail polish removers, which I've never heard of before, and nail polish remover wipes, and they feel really dry. They're interesting, but I had some left over. I don't use them at home because I don't paint my nails because as I just explained. So I brought those and brought the polish, and I'll just fix the smudged ones tonight or something. And now we are on our way to the airport. It's less than 15 minutes from our house to the airport. So it's 6:03. We were supposed to be there by 6 per him. Our flight leaves at...
We'll be fine. I would have preferred to have been there by 6.
You would have preferred to be there by 3.
They don't open at 3.
Yeah, our airport closes. It's tiny.
They open at 4.
If he had his way, he would be at the airport probably 6 hours early.
Well, do you want to risk missing our vacation? I don't even like that you have this little light on right now. That's illegal. We could get pulled over and miss our flight.
It's all for the vlog.
There will be no vlog if we're pulled over and the vacation is canceled because we had this light on. You can keep it on. I'm joking.
So...
Well, 90% joking.
You don't get to be in the vlog. So, anyway, almost to the airport now. And that's what's happening. We're gonna go from Wisconsin to Atlanta to Orlando.
Hey, we probably won't fly a little Embraer today because we're going all the way to Atlanta. We'll be able to bring our
Yeah, we've done this before.
we'll be able to bring our
too.
carry-ons onto the plane.
Yeah. I don't know last time it wasn't winter though with the big poofy coats. We'll see. To fix my hair when we get in the airport because I didn't have time. We realized our miscommunication in time. I thought he wanted to leave by 6 and he's like, no, I want to be at the airport by 6. I was like, oh, well, whoops. So, yeah. Do I have anything else to say? So then I had to
I
slam.
don't know. I'm surprised you have so much to say at this point in the day.
It's because I said that. Okay, that I have to say. I had to slam my double espresso. So I said I'll be marching up and down the aisle of the plane, leading the plane in show tunes because now I'm going to have a lot of energy because I had to drink it so quickly, which is probably why I have so much to say at this hour.
I was planning on being low key and
This is always
maybe trying to catch a wink on the plane. That's not happening anymore.
okay. We've said the first irritating expression of the day, so we're done. I'm wearing a KN95 mask. I have fuzz inside. That's very annoying. But I'm at the airport, as you can see. We had issues. I'm holding it kind of close because I have no idea if you can hear me. But this mask makes me look like I have really dark circles.
Delta Flight 5003 with service to Atlanta Gate number 3. I'd like to invite you to see that in rows 15, 16, and 17. If you see that in rows 15 through 17, welcome aboard. We thank you for flying with us today.
We had issues going through security. I'm TSA pre-check, and for some reason it didn't show up on my ticket Did you figure out why the TSA pre-check didn't show up on my ticket?
No.
So we have to look into that. Because we actually paid to have it's like $85 for 5 years. And it worked on his, but it did not work on mine. So we actually paid.
I mean, we've had it for years. It's never not worked before.
Yeah, like 2 years?
At least. Probably more.
Yeah, so we have to figure that out. Make sure we have it and it wasn't a huge deal here. The lady was crabby about it, but now everybody's wearing a mask, but a lot of people are wearing it crappily, which is why I'm wearing this, and I'm like super sweaty and dying.
I only saw one person wearing it wrong.
Oh,
Everybody
I was pointing them out.
I saw that one girl, and that was it.
Oh, I saw a ton of people like wearing it under their nose. I saw one lady's chin. Like it was so low that I saw her chin.
Oh, I didn't see that.
And entire families like wearing it under their nose. So, nobody in our area is wearing it below, but we're in the Delta section, and Delta is exceptionally stringent on mask wearing. But
Which is why we like them.
right. When we were checking bags, was it United that I commented on or American? Where the lady said just sit in it. You can ask people to change. United. I overheard a family. It was like family somewhere between 4 and 6. They were asking about where they're sitting on the plane, and the attendant person checking their bag had said, "No, you're not together. You're like one, and one, like scattered all over the plane, or however many people there were." And they could not be moved. So they're not sitting by people in their household. And she said, "Oh, but you're welcome to ask people to switch with you." And it's like, So Delta is having you sit with people in your party. They're not putting you with people not in your party. At least not without your permission, is my understanding. They're still blocking middle rows, at least through the end of March or April. April.
If you sit in rows 12 through 14, welcome aboard. We thank you for flying with us today.
We purchased tickets in steerage, and we were upgraded to Comfort Plus, so that's exciting. So Delta's, they're loading from the back of the plane.
We're going to begin pre-boarding.
Which I don't know why they don't.
3762 to Chicago. Those of you who may need a little extra time this morning to board, you're welcome to board.
I don't know why they don't always do that. That's always made sense to me. Board from the back of the
Those of
plane.
you with small children,
Yeah.
active military, and
I
one
watched a
customers,
YouTube
you're
video about
welcome
it
to
once.
board.
There's a whole theory behind it. There was animations and infographics.
Unless it's because then the people in the front who paid the most money for their tickets don't have space to put their things in the overhead bins. That makes sense.
Yeah, but they still board like those people first, like the first class.
If you seated in rows 8, 9, 10, and 11, welcome aboard. Delta's like 5,000 extra.
But we are next, so I am going to sign off for now.
9, 10, and 11.
You can see we're seated in Comfort Plus. And what did you say when we sat down?
Comfort Pussy.
It is. Oh, can you grab that? Grab it. Put it right by my wrist. Oh,
I don't know what I was looking for.
my earbuds. Yes, we're in row 6. It's also row 6C. We got a tiny Purell wipe, but the plane has already been sanitized. I have a protein bar that I really want to eat, but I don't have anything to drink. So I hope they give us like.
They'll give that little bag with water. And
You also said that we wouldn't have to check our bags, and we did. Like you check our bags, and we did.
You don't
So
think they're gonna give us anything?
no, I do, but I'm just saying. I think you jinxed us, and I would appreciate if you would stop jinxing us.
I'm gonna look out the window.
It's snowy.
It is. Can't wait to not be around that anymore.
I don't mind snow.
I do.
He does. He minds it.
I mind winter, period.
So yeah, we are leaving soon. How long is our layover?
I haven't looked.
But we're taking off soon, and we will see you in Atlanta. Hi guys. I did not. What is happening? I don't know. I did not film in Atlanta at all. We were actually running late. They were de-icing the plane in Wisconsin, like when we were supposed to be leaving. I would have thought they would have de-iced the plane prior to our departure time, but they did not. So we did not actually get to Atlanta until like 20 minutes late. So by the time we got to our gate, we got there and we went right to our gate and they were already boarding. So we got on our flight, no problem, that wasn't an issue. But we had to go right there and we got on the flight. And the flight from Atlanta to Orlando is not really that long. I don't know, like hour and a half, something like that. But then there was weather in Orlando and we had to be diverted to Tampa because we did not have enough fuel to circle for very long. So we had to go to Tampa and sit there for quite a while. Then we had to go back to Orlando. So now it is 3:03, so we're about 2 hours late. So thankfully we don't have anything urgent that we have to do. It just sucks. I'm starving. We did not really eat very much today. Ready to not be wearing a mask. Tired, but we're here. A lot of people wanted to get off the plane in Tampa and just drive, especially for people who like lived in between. But if you have a checked bag, they can't just take your checked bag off the plane because your checked luggage is going to be going to your destination. So, but we are just taxiing now, and we were I don't know what's happening while we were there in Tampa. We called the hotel and made our room requests. That's something that as a travel agent I do for people. Totally forgot to do it for myself. I wanted to request an upper floor in a quiet location with a non-adjoining room because I find that if you have connecting doors, it's louder, and I always get stuck in a room next to a child who, it's like a toddler, and then they like open and slam the door and the parents don't stop them. So I was requested to not have one of those. So yeah, we did that. Called the rental car company just to make sure it wasn't going to be an issue to pick the car up late, and it's not. So yeah, so now we're just taxiing, and then we're gonna go get our bag. I'm really bummed though because I wanted to go to I think it's a new-ish place to get mochi donuts here in Orlando. So it's donuts made with mochi, which is Japanese rice flour. I think it's Japanese, it's rice flour. We had them when we were in Salt Lake City, and they're like the greatest thing ever. But they're only open till 3:30, and now it is 3:05, and it's like a half an hour drive. So I'm really bummed we're not gonna make it now. And they're only open Thursday through Sunday, and they open at like 11. Like it's not gonna work out. So I'm really bummed about it because they're like the best thing. If you guys ever, it's a totally different texture. Look up mochi, M-O-C-H-I donuts. They're great. They look like a baby teething ring. So like they look like donut holes, and then like somebody made donut holes and then stuck them together in a ring shape. They're great. Totally different texture. So that's where we're at, and obviously I'm starving. You ready to go to Disney World?
Yes, I am.
We're ready to be off the plane and get some food.
Yes, I am.
Starving. Signing off. I'm gonna go ahead and say the rental car companies have not yet recovered from COVID. I'm sure I mentioned this in one of my last videos that when we were in Salt Lake City, there was a disaster in terms of rental cars. That's when we discovered that essentially having a reservation for a rental car means nothing. Like they were all gone, and they're like, oh yeah, people didn't return them. And it's like, they were supposed to say our reservation was for like, it was for something late, like 10 p.m. And like, oh yeah, well, they were supposed to bring them back by 9 and they didn't. And it's like, okay, well, can't you call them and ask when they're coming back? Because our hotel is like an hour away. We are not gonna just like take an Uber, and then we have, like, we're kind of counting on this, having this rental car, like driving all over the place. And because we're staying in Park City. I have no idea if you guys can hear me, but it was kind of ridiculous. So there was all these people who had reservations, and then they were just turning us away because they're like, no, we have no cars. However, we were budget, and we had signed up for budget fast break, which anybody can do. Like, you don't have to have so many bookings with them or anything like that. And I highly recommend that because they had one car that had come back, and they ended up giving it to us because we were fast break members. So we had a minivan, which we were very pleased to have because it had wheels. I mean, it was super nice, but like, I didn't care what it was. We just, like, we had a working car, so it was great. But because like, they have been renting out their cars because of COVID, and like, it's a whole thing. So why were they renting out their cars because of COVID? I can't remember.
Well, do you remember like when COVID started and there was like parking lots full of stored rental cars? I don't think they got them back into circulation fast enough, and that was when we were traveling.
Or was it because people weren't willing to fly, so they were driving instead? I can't remember what it was. I would have to look it up.
I think,
however,
a lot of the cars have been taken out of circulation.
Oh, they've been taken out of circulation. Okay. I would have to look up the reason again. I can't remember, but it is due to the pandemic. And I showed you the line there. Hopefully you could see it. Like, well over an hour long. People are like laying on the ground. They look like they're stranded. That's because they're laying there waiting for people in line. Having been that person myself, I would guesstimate that line is at least an hour and a half long. So if you are fast break, you sign up and they have you come out here, and it looks like there's nobody in there. There is a person in there. So obviously it's much shorter. Hopefully they do have a car for us. Like I said, a reservation doesn't necessarily, like, even being fast break, they don't necessarily keep a car here for you. We did call Taste. They said that they would, and there's confusion, but we'll see. Oh, there is a pamphlet involved. What are you doing? He circumvented the pamphlet system. It says, please find your name, grab your contract, and go to your car. You circumvented the pamphlet system.
Last time they weren't using that, and you had to go talk to a person, so I thought that was still going on. All right, we're going to space B2.
See, okay, so guys, sign up for whatever, like, it doesn't necessarily, I'm not saying it's going to guarantee it. However, it is certainly worth it. It's like, in our case, like, we've been using Budget. I'm not claiming like Budget is the best for one reason or another, but of the rental car companies that have been offered to us in some of the cities we've been, it has been like universally in all of the cities when I've needed a rental car. And some of them I had like never heard of, and it like, the first time, I want to say it was like San Antonio, and some of the rental car companies I had never heard of, and I'm like, okay, I've never done this. I was kind of nervous to like pick a company I'd never heard of before. So yeah, that's kind of how we started using Budget, but this has worked out. And this is our car.
Yep.
Easy enough. We are finally here. It is
After a stop in Tampa that we didn't ask for.
yes, it is rather cloudy and a bit blustery.
Crazy. The temperature is 72 though.
Yes, it is actually quite comfy.
I wouldn't want to lay by the pool right now.
No, but it is a nice temperature, but it's pretty windy.
Especially considering he came from like 10 days of
Single digits?
temperature hovering around 0. I wouldn't use this.
Okay. So yeah, we just got here. Even if you have your room already assigned, which we do, you have to...
Do you want to go through the lobby or just to the store?
Just go through the store. You have to, as I just learned, there are two if you have a car and you have a Magic Band. There are two entrances, like they're right next to each other, and there's one for returning guests, and then there's one for, I can't remember what the sign says. Guests without, oh, you dropped this. Like guests with, like that are checking in or something like that. So neither was like quite appropriate, but because we already did online check-in and because we had our room reservation, I tried to just use my Magic Band and I got yelled at.
The smell.
And they need to check you in for parking. Oh, the smell of the Riviera.
It smells so good.
So, I got it. Yeah, we did not need to go through the lobby. We're not totally sure if this was the most convenient door.
Lobby elevators.
But I want to do the scavenger hunt this time. Go.
Yeah, we will.
Yeah. No, I'm just saying.
Hi.
Hi.
Welcome. Thank you.
Thank you. I should have said we're not. Thank you. We're never leaving. Seriously, guys, the smell. It's so amazing. And they have wipes, sanitizing wipes, and hand sanitizer. One party for 4 individuals. 5th floor. We were on 5 last time.
Were we?
Yeah, pretty sure.
That's what I thought.
They said we have a courtyard view. I'm curious to see. I don't remember what our view was last time.
Do you remember the number?
8554. This way.
Yeah, those are the quicker elevators to use.
Good napping weather.
Is that what you plan on doing?
No, I plan on not napping. Yes, I plan on eating. I think it's gonna be the same view as last time. It smells so clean. Oh, it's like we never left. Oh, it's so wonderful. Guys, it's great. It's great. I love it.
Oh, we don't have a view
No.
of the pool this time.
We sort of do. It's over there.
Yeah, last time we were in basically like this same room except the opposite corner, like over there, because we were in a corner room last time too, remember? This is cool. Good
So
view
we're
of the
above the
Skyliner.
bocce ball. That's bocce ball, right? Yeah.
Yep, and then a cool view of the Skyliner outside.
Yeah. So we are going to, I'm not sure, devise a plan. I'm not sure if we're going to unpack,
We're gonna
Or-
eat first.
eat something. We have to get our food is what we have to do.
That's
Because
at Bell Services now, or?
it should be.
Okay.
So we have to call and do that. So let's see. We'll do this. So that is our travel day. We're finally here.
Hooray!
Me and the Golden Girls.
Whoops, sorry.
You turned me off. So we're finally here, and it's time to go finally get some food. So thank you guys for traveling with us today. And yes, we will take you along for more adventures. Bye, guys.